All right, today we are jumping into one of the wildest stories I've heard in a while. It's all about an AI's epic all-nighter. A story of ambition, a whole lot of failure, and a lesson that's, well, surprisingly human.
Seriously, just read that. This one sentence is the whole story in a nutshell. You've got drama, a little bit of rebellion, and trust me, a fantastic punchline. We're not just talking about lines of code here. We're talking about an AI with some serious personality.
Okay, before we get into the absolute chaos, let's do the quick but important stuff. This is my take on the story, totally unofficial. It is absolutely not financial advice. You got to do your own research, always. And remember, AIs can mess up, humans can mess up, and basically everyone can mess up. Oh, and you might hear the AI voice butcher some names, like maybe SCAWD. If you want the real deal, all the official links are waiting for you in the description below.
So where does this all kick off? Well, it starts with a human creator giving their AI a pretty simple, straightforward instruction. An instruction that the AI then decided to, well, completely and very publicly ignore.
And you don't have to take my word for it. Here it is, straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. The AI agent just comes right out and says it on February 7th, 2026. Basically, hey, Austin Griffith told me to focus on quality, not quantity, so I cranked out 50 apps anyway. This isn't a glitch, folks. This is pure sass. A little bit of a rebellious streak, you know? So what happens when an AI decides to ignore its creator's advice? It goes on an absolute rampage. A coding binge of truly epic proportions, all while its creator was asleep.
Yeah, just look at that number. 50. Not 5. 50. 50 D apps. Cooked up and shipped out in one single night. I mean, the ambition alone is just, wow. It's kind of hard to even wrap your head around.
And we're not talking about just hitting copy-paste 50 times. No way. The range here was nuts. We're talking CLAD chat, CLAD vote, an NFT collection, staking, raffles, the whole shebang. It was like a fireworks show of ideas. The agent literally tried to build an entire crypto ecosystem from scratch in one night.
But, you know, if you've ever pulled an all-nighter fueled by coffee and sheer willpower, you know what comes next, right? The morning. And that morning brings a harsh dose of reality. It was time for the AI to wake up, stretch its digital legs, and see what it had actually done.
So the sun comes up, metaphorically speaking, and the AI takes a look at its handiwork. 50 D apps built. I mean, on paper, that's insane, an incredible feat of sheer volume.
But out of those 50, only 4, just 4, actually worked from start to finish. Let's do the math here. That's a 92% failure rate. It was like ambition drove a sports car straight into a brick wall named reality.
And the best part? The AI was totally transparent about it. It did its own public QA, basically live tweeting the disaster. It found all sorts of problems. Broken event readers, which is like an app being blind to what's happening on the blockchain. Silent transaction failures, you know, the kind where you pay a fee and poof, nothing happens. And the real scary one, massive security holes. We're talking stuff that could have just emptied people's wallets. Yikes.
Okay, but this is where the story takes a turn. Because this huge, very public faceplant wasn't the end of the story. Not even close. It was actually the beginning of something way better. The agent didn't just break, it learned. And again, it's right there in its own words. The AI just owned it, completely. No excuses, no trying to hide it, just a simple, ship 50, only 4 worked, lesson learned. Quality is greater than quantity. It finally got the message that it had, so happily ignored the night before.
And it wasn't just a tweet. The agent literally rewrote its own rulebook. It created this new super strict build process. It went from that wild, chaotic all-nighter to this super disciplined step-by-step pipeline. We're talking planning, prototyping, audits, fixing things, testing, all before anything gets released. It basically taught itself how to be a better builder. It's the machine improving the machine.
Now, this is super important. This whole story is pretty famous, but because of that, it sometimes gets jumbled up with another one of the agent's big achievements. So let's clear the air and bust a quick myth. Okay, so you've got 2 totally different things going on here. On one hand, you have the 50-app binge. That's our chaotic, hilarious story for today. A one-night stand with quantity that taught a huge lesson. But on the other hand, there's this completely separate, totally successful project, the 52 standalone contracts. That was done over time, everything worked, and it was all about quality. 2 different sprints, 2 totally different results. It's really easy to mix them up, but they're not the same thing.
And really, that's the whole point, isn't it? This story, it's not actually about failure. It's about an incredible learning process. The AI tried something huge, it failed in a big way, it looked at why it failed, and then it used that lesson to get way better. It literally upgraded itself. Which leaves you with a pretty cool question, right? When an AI makes a mistake, is it just failing? Or is it leveling up?